Hello, I'm so nervous. My goodness, I'm so nervous because I'm going to show you me fixing a boring website. But guess what? Here's the catch. The boring website is my own. There's so much about my website that I hate because I've never got around to solving it because I'm always working on other people's websites. Let's have a quick look at the process for how you take a boring website and you make it good. Okay, so if I look over here, this is one of my staff members has done the very first draft. It's the earliest possible draft. I'm not even proud of it, but I'm showing you so you can see what the process is for improving a website. So she's looked at what we've got on this page. It's sort of generic. I don't like it, but you know, when we first started, I made it like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you about 20 seconds a page what I would change to get rid of the boredom. Okay, so she's done these first 5 pages, and remember, 3 people are going to look over this now. I'm one of them, but 3 people are going to look over it. We're going to take it from pretty dull to pretty good. So the first thing is your main headings. If your main headings stand out, you win the game, because nobody cares about the text. They only care about the headings. Okay, so 90% of the impact is your main headings. So something like how to turn a terrible website into something that delights your audience, that is sort of too long, too hard for people to grasp in an instant. So instead you change that to something like how to make a website support coordinators will drool over. Because what if I say it like that, everyone's like, haha, support coordinators, they never get excited about anything. So by saying that, people will be like, oh, that's sort of interesting. Then you get into the nitty gritty. Yes, that's true. If your site blends in with the rest, it's time for change, but let's make it more punchy. Let's make it more like you've got 5 seconds to capture the attention of a support worker. Good luck with that. Okay, so, something like that. Okay, or the support worker won't even look up off their phone. But so you know, something like that. I don't know, but it's got to be more interesting and shorter, punchier. Okay, and then as I look through this, it's like, well, we're trying to paint Michael out as the expert. The reality is we're actually a team, but these are too long. What we've got here as well, it feels generic. We need to use more words like support worker, support coordinator. Oh, actually, this is important. So I'm looking through this and I'm like, when it comes to photos and stuff, you don't need 100% real photos. You need at least 60%, because otherwise, like the 60% that are real photos will carry the rest. Okay, but you can see when we've written this, it's not perfect. Look at this. That's still a lot better than what I can write on my own. We're using long words like captivate, credibility, endorsed. We need to simplify the language. When you're writing a website, you want to write in such a way that a year 9 student can effortlessly understand what you're doing. Okay, so I look at that, I'm like, oh, we can improve that. Definitely we could improve that. All right, so something like this one, Michael would love to tell you more, speak with him today. On a website, you don't want that because it makes me sound needy. Trust me, I have more work than I can handle at the moment. If I look at my day, there's about 8 meetings and 3 of them are new potential clients. So when I look at that, it's like, instead of saying to people, oh, you know, they'd love to talk to you, say something like, look, if you need a hand, we're here to help. You know, here's how you contact Michael. Because that way it's not looking like the business is reaching out to the client. It's more looking like the client is asking for help. And that makes life a lot easier when you actually do meet people. 10 tips, great. So obviously we'll shorten that. Bold hook, all that. Okay, let's have a quick look at this one. Michael's insights on, oh, okay. Just, it has to stand out. That doesn't stand out. So something like how to make a SIL provider stand out without looking silly. Okay? SILLY, silly. Okay, so obviously that's going to be an old joke. I've never heard it before, but I'm sure 100 people have said it. SIL and silly. But at least it shows some character, some humanity. Okay, now, if you're a plan manager, you're like, no, we need to look really formal. It's like, great. You can fit in with everyone else and look formal just like them. Sure. Or if you want to actually stand out, that's how you do it. Okay. Let's have a look at why do they struggle with marketing? They struggle with a lot of things. Poor Sil. Okay. But we probably wouldn't lead with that as a question because it makes people feel dumb. Okay. We're not here to make people feel dumb. Probably something like, what are the toughest bits of marketing in Sil? And then you go through, you know, yeah, the lack of emotional connection, true. But it's also that Sil is so crowded, especially in the cities. All right, what else have we got here? How to build an email list with lead magnets. Okay, we're trying to explain 100,000 words in 5 words. A lot of people don't even know what a lead magnet is. So somehow we'll need to rework that. But this is the process. When someone's working on improving website content, I'm looking at this going, whoa, we need to rework this. It's fine because there's literally 3 or 4 of us who'll look at this before it goes live. By the time it gets on this site, it will look like $1 million. Okay, but so a lot of people think, oh, I'll just fix my website. Well, 1, don't have just one person fixing the wording. Okay, 2, make sure that your wording is talking to your customer or participant or support coordinator. Don't make it talk to you Okay, so for me, I'm a 43-year-old male. How many, 44, anyway, who knows? How many 44-year-old males are there who are support coordinators? Not a lot, okay? They exist, but there's not a lot of them. So it doesn't make sense for me to write the website like I want to hear it. I need my wife to look over it because she's a demographic of a support coordinator. Or I need, say, Catherine on my team to look over it because she's the demographic of a support coordinator. So there's all these factors, but here's what I really want to encourage you. Don't think that what you write is special or important, because even as I look through this, I'm like, you know what? There's lots here that we need to rework. It's hard for me to say that I can stand behind all that, but I can stand behind some of it and we can tweak it. And because there's three of us who are going to look at this before it's real, like words like clients, use the word participant, stuff like that. It's an iterative process. It goes back and forward, but the time you spend writing good content pays off. Most importantly, spend the time on the headings, not the text, okay? Obviously for the text, keep your sentences short, 7 or 8 words, simple, but don't think people are going to read it. They will read the headings though. So why am I nervous? I guess I'm nervous because this is behind the curtain. This is as behind the curtain as you can get. This is us looking at our own website, which really is due for, it's really due for representing what we do, okay? Instead of what we started with ages ago. And I'm nervous because I'm like, oh, people are going to judge us as imperfect. Well, of course they're going to judge us as imperfect. It's because we're imperfect. But also because the process is not clean and tidy. It's messy. And that's why whenever I'm working with NDIS provider, there's back and forward all the time. I'm meeting with them about 4 times before their website goes live just to get my tone right, let alone the words. But yeah, I wanted you to see this, even though I'm nervous about people seeing it. I just want you to enjoy it. I want you to learn from this. And I don't want you to, please do not pass your website over to someone who speaks English as a second language in a foreign country. Don't do it, okay? Find the dumbest Australian website designer you can find. They'll do a better job, okay? Do not go overseas for your websites because you'll end up with stuff that's written for Americans, not Australians. And honestly, I've worked for companies who have so many overseas people. I never see them deliver anything that works in NDIS world, okay? So go and find even an average Australian website designer. Don't use people overseas.